I'm Ken Marlin, the Windows Champ. Welcome to another YouTube short. Today I'm going to cover the changes that took place with the Microsoft telephone activation process. Way back in December 2025, Microsoft made some changes without any announcements around the telephone activation process. And I'm going to go through and show you what changed and walk you through it and let you know that even though things did change, it changed for the better. And it made the process simpler. You no longer have to dial the telephone number, and you can still activate your devices that are offline or air-gapped and you need to activate them. There are a number of reasons why you would need to do telephone activation. One of the main ones is when you're downgrading a product to an older product and you're using a key, an older key that's already been used, and you need to reactivate it. Or you're building an offline device that has no internet connectivity and you need to activate it. And we've always referred to that as the Microsoft telephone activation process. Now Microsoft has removed the portion where you dial the phone number, so you no longer have to use a telephone. They haven't given us what the new name will be, but I've just started calling it the Microsoft portal activation process, because you now go to a Microsoft portal or website and then go through the process to activate the product. Let's jump into it and see what has changed. So to start the telephone activation process, you always want to run the SLUI 4 command, and the acronym SLUI stands for Software Licensing User Interface. And so you can go to the run prompt and type SLUI space number 4. That was always the command that brings up the telephone activation process, or starts the process and brings up the screen that you see here. It will clearly show you a telephone number to call. If you call that phone number today, you will get a recording that says this no longer works via the telephone and you need to visit the website that we have listed there, the aka.ms AOH. If you go to that portal or just save that link, you now no longer have to dial the phone number. Just visit that on a separate computer. Obviously, if the computer you're working on is offline and doesn't have internet, you cannot do it on that computer, but obviously go to a second computer or your telephone. I have customers that have secure areas, so this could be painful for them, where they may have to leave that secure area, go outside after getting the code that you see here on the screen, because the installation ID is going to be the important part that you need. You're going to take that installation ID and take it to the portal and start entering it. So let's jump to the next screen. When you visit the portal, it's going to look like this. And this is the first part that's a little bit confusing, because what Microsoft did change now is that you do have to sign in, because they are going to start tracking who is doing all of the activations. Now, it's important to know that when you log in here, they're not associating your login with the license, but they are associating your login with how many telephone activations you are performing. If you are doing it for legitimate reasons, there's no reason to be concerned. But if you're in a situation where you're now performing thousands of telephone activations, they may give you a call to check on why you're doing so many telephone activations. But when you see the screen, most people get a little concerned because they think they need a government tenant login or a government tenant on the cloud portal, or Azure, a government tenant on Azure to log into this, and you do not. You just need basically an Entra ID, or what used to be a Microsoft Live ID, to log in here. And so you won't do anything with the government tenant. You'll just click where the red arrow is, proceed to sign in. From there, it's activate a Microsoft product. There is an option there for volume license key management, but you're not doing that. You're going to activate a product. And then it lets you choose, and you can see the entire family of Microsoft products are available: Windows, Office, Server, and Remote Desktop Services. As well as, I don't see my product listed. Those should cover that, and please know that these do cover the Windows IoT products: Windows IoT Server, Windows IoT Client, and the Office LTSC products. So they are included in this menu option. So just choose Windows. I'll take you through doing a Windows 11 one here. By choosing Windows, it gives you a much deeper list, including the older OSs, 8.1, 8.7, Vista XP. Because again, your license is good forever. You may be downgrading to XP as an example, and you may need to do a telephone activation of Windows XP or even Vista or Windows 7. You obviously choose the correct operating system that you're activating. In this case, I'm going to choose Windows 11. And then you'll get this screen, and it won't let you type into the boxes, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. You have to type at the top. And it seems a little strange. It confuses people. But once you type, it even tells you in small print there, enter at least 14 digits to then see them start pre-populating down below in the groups. So start typing that installation ID in that one box, and it will start filling it out across the group boxes. From there, it will show you a confirmation ID on the screen, which you then have to take back to your device and type in on the screen. So you take the confirmation ID, go back to your device that you're activating via the telephone, and type these numbers into that box. And then with a lot of luck, it should be successful, and it should say, great, your product has been successfully activated. The thing to know is that you can still activate offline systems. You can still perform downgrade writes and activate older systems. And so in a sense, it's quicker. You do have to log in because they're going to track that now, but no more dialing the phone number and trying to select country codes and figure out which country you need to dial. Forget the whole telephone part. Visit the portal and start the process that way. If you have any additional questions on the Microsoft activation process or on Windows IoT in general, you can reach us at windowsiot@arrow.com or visit our website at arrow.com/winiot. Thank you guys for watching.